Hallo zusammen. As someone learning German as a second language, have you ever wondered how Germans treat Anglicisms? Which gender does apply? Which article do I have to use here? And is the plural form of this what I think it is? For certain Anglicisms, it's quite easy because we basically manage to assimilate them, merge them with our existing grammatical system. But for other Anglicisms, well, that's a different story, and sometimes we do as we please. At least that's what it feels like to me, and I guess many other fellow Germans. This video can't really give answers to all those questions, but I still think it's interesting to reflect on this, because at the end of the day, Germans use Anglicisms on a daily basis. Increasingly so, actually. Let's take a closer look at this. As a native speaker, you have absorbed and internalized grammatical rules. You don't have to think about them, and that's the same for German native speakers. They know grammatical rules because they have learned them growing up and in school, and usually they are able to use them automatically speaking. We do the same to Anglicisms. We just apply them as we see fit according to our grammatical knowledge in German, that is. In German, we also use many English words in the field of technology, the online world, etc., including laptop. Great, right? I don't have to learn another German word for that. But is it a masculine noun? Is it like der Laptop? I also know that many people would rather say das Laptop. Are both genders correct? And how do people know? Is there a fixed grammatical rule to this at all? Looking at a term's native or original linguistic system, in this case the English language, doesn't help a whole lot. Besides, certain non-Anglicism words in German carry a different gender compared to the same word in other languages. When you think about the moon, in German it's der Mond, it's a masculine noun. In Spanish, however, it's a feminine noun, la luna. Often, various Anglicisms that belong to the same context share the same gender. For instance, it's der Whiskey, der Brandy, masculine nouns, because they're all forms of alcoholic beverages. But then again, it's das Bier, the beer. So, We also change certain plural forms of Anglicisms and adjust their endings to common German endings. This becomes most obvious for Anglicisms ending in Y. In singular, it's das Baby, the baby. Whereas in English, you would spell the plural with IES. Babies, right? In German, you'd spell this plural form babies. The same is true for a term like das Hobby. Whereas in English, the plural form is hobbies with IES, it's die Hobbys, YS, in German. Anyway, and this is something that applies to all German Anglicism nouns, it still is a noun. And that means in German, nouns have to be capitalized all the time. So at least there's something to remember here. However, don't despair, because there are some examples, and certain nouns especially, where it's clear what gender they have in German. For instance, because their German gender is derived from their biological gender, if you will. Der Cowboy. A boy is a male person, hence it's der, a masculine noun. Der Junge, the boy. Another possible way of having a high chance of, guessing the right gender is thinking about the German synonym to an English term. If it exists like that, and you happen to know it, of course. For instance, business. In German, it's das Geschäft. Hence, it's also das Business. And you may know the term die Geschichte, the story. In German, we may also use the Anglicism story, in which case it's also a feminine noun just like its synonym or equivalent, die Geschichte, so it would be die Story. And at least there are certain suffixes of Anglicisms that are linked to specific endings. Words that end in or ist in German usually are masculine nouns. Anglicism nouns that end in jon or ness are vastly considered feminine nouns. For instance, it's die Lotion. And words that end in ment or ing often become neuter nouns, das Management. Languages are not like a static thing, but they are rather fluid and they keep evolving. Who knows if in 20 years' time we may use Anglicisms the same way? Maybe it's completely different. We can't tell. I hope this video was as interesting to you as it was to me while I made it, because it certainly is an interesting topic to talk about. If you enjoyed this, subscribe, like, and share the video. That really helps a whole lot. And of course, you can also support me on patreon.com/Davenutley. That is a big help, a big support for the channel and for me. So thanks to everyone doing that already or considering it. It really, really means a lot to me. And with that being said, thanks for watching. Definitely see you next time. Tschüss und bis zum nächsten Mal.